So you know what research shows? So by and large, in presentations, the words that you speak have 7% of impact on the entire presentation. It's not even 10. It's not even a double digit. 7% of impact comes because impact. I'm not saying words are not important, right? The content, the actual content, which is why we go back to three major points, lesser points. The actual content has only about 7% of impact on the entire presentation. To create an impact on the audience, 55% comes because of the body language and 38% comes because of the voice that you use. Which means, right, this is called 3 V's of presentations, by the way. It's called verbal, vocal, visual, right? Words, voice, and body language. Which means that you are 93%. But here's an interesting thing about voice and body language. You will realize that voice and body language work together. Which means if you actually stand up and speak, you will speak louder. Right? If you're hunched and you speak, your voice goes lower. If your head is down, your voice goes lower. If you stand up straight, voice goes up. If you increase your voice, you will stand a little more confidently. Which means that when one of these two changes, the other automatically changes. Have you noticed that? That the moment you start changing your posture a little bit, your voice changes a little bit. The moment your voice changes, your posture follows automatically. So voice and body language work together with each other, which means that 93% of your presentation, right, or 93% of your communication is usually non-verbal.
So in the cases like most of the time it happens, like our presentation are on WebEx.
Yeah.
We are not currently present there. So in that case, the 55%, the body language thing is not there.
Yeah.
We are sitting on a chair and talking.
Are you visible on video? No.
No.
No, right? Which means your entire 55%, even telephonic, right? Entire 55% only is communicated through your 38%. Which means most of us think, yeah, they can't see me anyway. I will sit aram se and I will talk, right? Oh, aram se they will know from your voice. Which is why we say if you're on proper official telephone calls, interviews, customer calls, WebEx, wherever you are, stand and sit and present in the same way that you would if they were in front of you, because your voice will change automatically, right? Which is why email communication is much more difficult, because 93% is left open to interpretation. People will read whatever tone they want in the email. You will write something, they will say, you wrote like this. Hey, that's not what I meant here. How many times do you go back and do that, right? On an email. That's because people will read however they want. I will start reading my email, I will read in whatever tone that I want. Whereas when you wrote it, you would have written it in a very different tone. And how many times wouldn't you have thought, yeah, if only I would call and tell no, then this person would not have misunderstood what I wrote. Right? Much more critical. Because the impact, which is why people say that it is not about what you said. People usually don't have a problem with what you say. They have a problem with how you said it. And that's where the impact comes. So you can take the most boring topic, and if you find a way to create a magic between your voice and body language in a presentation, you can actually keep the audience engaged. You can take the most interesting topic and you can bore them to death by speaking in the same tone and standing like this and presenting. I'm not saying content is not important, but I'm saying if all that they need to do is to go to the content, forward them the PPT, what value are you adding by making this presentation?